Shalom Israel. First, I want to start by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua, Ba'Hashem Mekakwadash. Double honors into the elders, apostles, and bishops of GMS Great Millstone. Rule well, teach, and edify. And peace and blessings unto you, hopefully, like document Aquat in this house of the faith. My name is Ashaya. Adawan Bartazah, going to make an edifying video going into, give no place unto the devil, in accordance to, trying to be and have a peace in this world in this current stage, right? So we're currently in the captivity, bro, and as we know, earth is given into the hand of the wicked. We're under the captivity of Esau, Edom here in Babylon the Great, which is known as America, right? Spiritually Babylon the Great. And with all that being said, we're on the last few seconds of Esau's rulership here. And the beloved brother elder Kassad of the GMS Arizona camp made a point. He said, it's really in that time to separate. We're in the time to separate from this world. Not giving into the spirit of wanting shit here or, thinking about doing shit and just trying to fucking, live comfortably. We're in a spirit of dialing into this faith, doing more, right? Because at the end of the day, it is very true. We're at the end of this bullshit, and it's time to be in the spirit. It's time to really, 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 really dial in, right? Fasting, praying, building your faith, polishing, off those last few things, bro. But since I'm already here, that's a spirit. Romans 13:11 says that knowing the time, it is now high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. And that just says it like that. It's nearer than we believed, right? They like that 1 Thessalonians 5, they shall think peace and safety, then sudden destruction. The Lord shall come in a thief in the night. The fact of the matter is, we don't know when the Lord's going to come. We just measure the times diligently, like the scriptures say, and we understand that we're in those times. Right? We're right around the corner from, these major prophecies to take place. World War III, the scriptures say, the second woe cometh, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, that second world war only happened, a generation ago. It wasn't even that far back. Right? And the scriptures say, the third woe cometh quickly. You see these tensions, like the scriptures say in Isaiah 19, Egyptian against Egyptian. You see that shit. The world, is starting to really turn against each other, man. You got infighting amongst these devils. You got nations going against nations. The scriptures say, Matthew 24, there should be wars and rumors of wars. And then that's what we're seeing. All of these things are coming true. All these prophecies are coming true. So now we're waiting for these major prophecies are hitting. That World War III, the movement of martial law. They've already started this shit. Martial law has already been started. You got Trump over here sending, I think it was DA or some type of agents, throughout the streets of the cities, just cleaning up shit. So-called cleaning up. They were just scoping around. If you was outside just doing anything, they was like, hold up, get your ass inside and don't be doing that. Shit like that. That's Esau. Esau is a subtle devil, man. Like it says in Genesis, the 3rd chapter. It's, more subtle than any beast in the field. Right? He slowly pushes things out, and all of a sudden, boom, it's out. It's like AI, bro. Like, where the fuck did that shit come from? Shit came from, it started off slow, some little chill in the background, underground, and then now you can't escape the shit. You feel me? So it's only soon enough where martial law is going to kick off on a high level. All right, and the Lord's prophesied to have plagues and famines and all different type of pestilences pull out through this earth. And guess what? We're also right around the corner from that shit. Major blackouts. We've even seen the signs in the sky, bro. The chariots are out there a lot. You got blood moons happening all the time, eclipses. All right? You see a lot of things, bro. And this is the Lord showing us that, he's coming. You know, the time is drawing nearer and nearer. So with all that being said, where the fuck is your heart at? You know what I'm saying? Is your heart in shit, getting that new whip? You know, getting you a new shorty? You know, trying to get promoted at work? You know, all this shit's vanity. The scriptures tell you, and I'm actually going to grab that right now in the second Esdras, is, you know, they shall labor in vain. They that labor shall labor in vain. Because the bottom line is, the fucking clock's ticking. It's like an hourglass, and those few grains of sand are almost gone. Feel me? So, let's see. I'll probably start at 43. Says, he that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he shall not gather the grapes. So, you know, we're coming into a time where the labors and shit that you're doing, you know, the things that you're trying to set up are all going to be in vain, because when the Lord comes back, it's going to be total destruction. Babylon the Great is going to be laid waste. Like it says in Matthew 24, not a rock shall stand upon another. This shit is going to be laid flat. It's going to show us a memorialization of what happens when a nation sets himself up with such pride and stands against the Lord, as well as treats the Lord's elect as the way that they have done. And the Lord has, you know, ultimately used them as that whooping stick. But this boastful devil, Esau, you know, thinking himself to be a god. And the Lord's going to fucking embarrass this land, as well as the Holy Land, Israel. But Israel's going to be rebuilt, but Babylon shall stay, you know, abased. All right, it's going to be nuclear waste. And then, you know, eventually it's just going to be a giant-ass desert where nothing but desert creatures shall dwell, man. That's the fate of this place. You know, so all your nice things here and all your shit, you know, trying to, you know, create a space here and try to build and set up things, like, man, fuck a 401k, fuck a 5-year portfolio, you know what I'm saying? Fuck going to college and shit, trying to get your fucking master's degree. All right, and if you already in college, brothers, I'm not telling you to get out of it, but I'm just telling you, don't set your fucking heart upon it. You feel me? It's not the time to be like trying to search out the American dream and think about that shit, bro. The Lord told you, you know, worry not that which you shall eat the next day. You know, in Matthew the 6th chapter, you know, seek ye thy daily bread. Every day do what you have to do for the Lord, and seek the Lord and search the Lord. The scriptures tell you, Proverbs the 8th chapter, you know, searching daily at my gates, showing up daily at thy gates. You know? So if you already in college, I'm not telling you to fucking drop out of college. Just understand that you're not graduating. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna go and graduate next 4 years and, you know, and get you a nice family, get you a nice wife, and get a house. All that fucking shit's gone, bro. The time came and went. All right, the mirth of this place has ceased. All right, they ain't playing the shit no more, and we're in a spirit that soon enough, even the prophets are gonna be removed from the highways and byways, and this is only gonna get realer and realer. And the thing about you Jakes, man, is you need to see a bomb in your face, then you want to start obeying and shit. Then you want to be like, oh, hold on, let me get right now. Not the whole amount of the elect isn't going to be called in the last hour. That's for a few. All right, the whole amount of the elect is not going to be called in the last hour. That's for a few. So take heed. You're hearing this word, you understand that, you know, the message that's going down. You got the beloved apostles, beginning with Elder Apostle Tahar on down of GMS, that's releasing this sound doctrine through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, warning you Jakes out there of what's to come, and the fact that it's coming right around the corner. If you listen to the brother, I think GMS Awakening 144, the brother Amawan Gabar, I believe he might be an elder, Salaki if I mistitled, but beloved brother, he makes videos constantly on prophecy watches. All right, the bishops, they all make these videos that serve high levels of edification on the fact that the times that we're in, bro, redeeming the times. All right, We understand that we're in the last few seconds of this accursed place. So why the fuck would you set your heart upon it? That Luke 12th chapter, going towards the bottom, is like, how can you have a let me see. I don't want to misquote this one. I don't want to misquote anything. Luke 12 should be like 21. I'm gonna get that in the NLT. It says, yes, a person is a fool to store up earthly wealth, but have not a rich relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So, you're not gonna be delivered by your car, your house, your woman, your kids, your fucking portfolio. You're not gonna be delivered by any of that shit. You can't buy yourself into the kingdom. Your riches are not gonna be able to get you there. It's it. You feel me? If you're not in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you ain't fearing the Lord, you ain't clinging to the name, you ain't following these laws, statutes, commandments, and taking heed to this word, that's your ass. Alright? That's your fucking ass. And there's, what are you gonna do about it? You can't save yourself. The Lord measures your works. The Lord sees that. You can't hide your sin. You can't hide the thoughts of the fact that you don't really believe, and you're just kind of sticking around and kind of just going through the motions. You can't hide that from the Lord. The Lord sees that. The scriptures say, even in Hebrews 4:12, the word cuts, to the, let me just get it. Come on. Hebrews 4:12, and it reads, for the word of the Lord is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and joints and marrow, and is a discerner of thoughts and intents of the heart. You cannot hide from the Lord, bro. You cannot hide your sin from the, it even says that in the Apocrypha, also in the 16th chapter, in 2nd Ezra 16. You cannot hide your sin. What you gonna do? The Lord sees the thoughts, the intents. He sees your sins. He sees your works. He sees everything. He even sees the things that you say and the things that you think. So the bottom line is, if you're truly about this truth, you truly, believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you fear the Lord, and you devote your life to the Lord, you're going to understand that the fucking times that we're in is not times to be setting up fatness on this land, bro. It's the same sense as in the days of Noah. Everyone wanted to get on the ark when Noah got on it and the rain started coming. But the Lord shut the door, and that's what's going to happen again. The Lord's going to shut the door mercilessly because of the fact that they have loathed the laws. Alright? First Ezra 9 and 2nd Ezra 9, so like it. 2nd Ezra 9 and 11. And it says, they have loathed the law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was open unto them, understood not and despised it. So they had an opportunity. All right, we're building that second spiritual ark right now. All right, and it is nearing completion to when the Lord comes back. We're going to be able to go like the bridegrooms in the book of Matthew, the 5 wise virgins and the 5 unwise, the 5 wise that brought the oil. And then when it was time to trim their lamps because the bridegroom cometh, they were able to go. And they said, and the 5 unwise talked to them and said, can we have some of your oil? But they said, there's not enough. Go ye and buy some. But it's too late. You buy this truth with your time. This is a labor of love. All right, the scripture's talking about the opportunity of a learned man is given in leisure, roughly paraphrasing. In your leisure time is when, you become learned. That's why you have to study, show diligence, make these videos, obey the Lord, follow the law, statutes, and commandments, walk a righteous life. You know what I'm saying? Not fucking worry about where your next bag's coming from, next come up and shit. Not worrying about when next time you trying to do a photo shoot for your fucking clothing brand or whatever the fuck it is that you do, man. We're in these times that shit's about to get real cold. It's about to get real hard. Death is gonna be even pleasurable to some people. Like, they would even seek that shit. We're coming in a time where bodies are gonna lay in the streets as dung for none to care about them. We're coming into a fucked up time, all right? And it's right around the corner, and it's gonna happen. And you're gonna think, oh shit, I'm not ready. Oh damn, like it's coming. And Esau is gonna offer you a way out. He's gonna be like, okay, here you are. Take this charagma. and you'll be able to buy and sell, and you'll be able to get you some food and maneuver, and just pursuant to Revelations the 14th chapter, that's your ass. You take that charagma, you have sinned greatly against the Lord. You're basically devoted Esau, Edom, and his beast system as your God, and the Lord is going to forsake you because you're not his. You're Esau's. Alright? We're preparing our mind to stand against Esau and his system. The scriptures say 7,000 men that bow not the knee to Baal, meaning completion. So the 144,000 ruling class elect are going to be the individuals that refuse to bow the knee, like the three holy brothers, or three holy sons, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who were threatened to be cast into the fire or bow down to Baal, but they didn't. Or bow down to the king, and they didn't. And they threw him in the fire, and they danced with the spirit in the fire. Alright? They didn't seek no pain. The Lord is going to deliver his elect in astonishing ways. You have to have that faith, and that's what we're building right now. The necessary tools and spirit to be able to get past these trials and tribulations we're about to enter into. We're trying that like no other. The scriptures say it's better to enter into the kingdom mangled or maimed. It's like you. It's better to enter in maimed. All right, and that's what we're gonna go through. It says, the elect shall scarcely be saved. How much more the wicked? All right, the elect are even gonna barely get out of it because the Lord is gonna deliver them just in that perfect time. When the gun's to your head and he's tensing up, you got 5 pounds of pressure on that motherfucking trigger, and boom, shot goes off. Shit's gonna bounce off of you. Or certain situations, the Lord's gonna deliver them in astonishing ways. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right, they're gonna know who the men of the Lord are. 10,000 shall fall at thy right hand, as it says in the Psalms. 1,000 at thy left and 10,000 at thy right hand. These bodies are gonna be dropping, and you're gonna be the only man standing straight up because the Lord is dealing with you. You have faith in the Lord. You fear the Lord. We're putting on, the spirit to be able to even have to die as martyrs in this. Like the 7 holy sons in the Maccabees, each having to get slaughtered worse than the other, getting hacked up, and every time when they got spliced up, all right, the next one was more willing than the last. They were like, okay, I'm ready. It's good. And then they said something to him, and then they dealt with the fucking, with the punishment of it. That's the type of spirit that we're gonna have to put on pretty soon. The things are written aforetime and for our learning. We've seen many examples of this. Of the fact that we might have to go out, a harsh ass way. And there's been many things that aren't even written in the scriptures of men aforetime who probably have to go out in similar fashion. All right, this is the condition of the battle. This is what we do as men of the Lord. This is what we must do. All right. Revelations, I'm gonna end it on this one. Revelations 3 and verse 10. Because at the end of the day, our mission right now is set. We have to complete the mission. All right, we got to get the fuck out of here. Micah 2 and 10, arise and ye depart, for this place is not your rest. It shall destroy you with a sword destruction. All right? We're not fucking worried about staying and kicking it around and shit. Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And how do you keep the word of my patience? You act strong in his faith. You do the work of the Lord. You follow these laws, statutes, commandments, and you do it to the very end. It says, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. You hold on to the faith until the very end. All right, the mission ain't complete until the Lord's beaming us up. And that happens between the 6th and the 7th trump, pursuant to the scriptures. You're going to have shit coming down. The missile's going to be coming down, and you're going to be going up. You won't bear the fucking burn of that fire if you are the elect. The elect will not feel that fucking flame. All right? As a matter of fact, when you go into the breakdown of the sea of glass, we're going to be in the chariots looking down at the destruction of this place. All right? And that's what we're looking forward to. We're not looking forward to a new car, a new fucking business venture. We're not looking forward to fucking graduating. We're not looking forward to fucking carne asadas and dance parties with Latina baddies and bullshit like that. We're focused on these scriptures. We're focused on serving the Lord. All right? That's the bottom line. And if you don't like it, then you need to fucking fix some shit in your spirit, bro. That's real talk. Because at the end of the day, the scriptures say, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man loveth the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So that's really as plain as you could put it. If you out here loving the world and shit, of course you're going to want to be in the world. But the love of the Father ain't going to be in you. So whenever you going to call out and ask for the Lord, like, please help. Now you want to? Now you want to listen. Now you want to call into me. When I've been told your ass to fucking listen. And that's going to be the spirit of a lot of motherfuckers, man. A lot of people that don't want to take heed. Don't let that be you. Lord forbid that may be, you, man. But hey, Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the world. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Let no man take thy crown. Nothing. All right? If we got to die, we got to die. We're going to endure, Lord willing. All right? But hey, I pray this lesson was edifying. On the last to give honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash.